Okay, so this is a tutorial for making a ghost in Photoshop on the iPad. What you're first going to need is you're going to need to take a burst of photos, having your subject moving in the image to make them feel like they're transparent and like a ghosty. So I'm trying to find my... I've separated most of these, that's why there's so many images on the screen. So this one I do still have as a burst. So to show you what happens when you have your burst, you'll see up here in the upper top part right here. So you've got burst, select. What you need to do is you need to select the images that you are going to use. And by doing that, you just tap on the ones that you want. There may be some in there that you don't really want. If you took a bunch, you know, I ended up taking way more than I needed for this. Just select the ones that you want. It should be around, you know, anywhere between 3 at the very minimum up to like 10, I would say, at the most. Click done. Keep only however many favorites, and then click done. All right, so what I like to do so that I can separate them is I like to favorite them by putting a little heart underneath so I know which ones I want to use. You can choose to do that or not. Then you will head over to Photoshop. On your home page, click Import and Open, tap on Photos, navigate to the photos you want to use. Now, I ended up favoriting a lot of them. I had a hard time reducing it down to just a few, but you should have, I would say, between 4 and 6 would be a good number. I'm going to start with one that looks like she's not in the hallway, so I'm going to tap that. It will become my background layer, so I have one layer over here. You may or may not have your adjustments popped out, so if that looks different, that's why. Then I'm going to go over here to my photos, and I'm going to select the next one in my thing. Click done. All right, I got zoomed in, so you can use 2 fingers to zoom in and out. It zoomed in on me. Click photos, click the next one in your sequence. Done. Photos, next one, done. Done. All right, I'm just going to stick with those for right now so you're not overwhelmed. What you need to do next, in order to see and make sure that you have everything lined up, turn the eye off on each of your layers. So I'm going to turn the eye off, tap on each layer, eye off on each of these. Now I'm going to make sure that each layer is lined up with the background image. So up here, you've got your adjustments. I'm going to pull the opacity down a little bit so I can see the layer below. And when I do that, you can see if I slide it, it actually stayed pretty close. I'm looking at things that don't move, and I want to make sure that this didn't move. It did a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it so I can see both of those. Then I'm going to go up to the upper left-hand corner, way up here. See that? This is the move tool. And I'm going to move and make sure that that is lined up. The closer you zoom in, the better, more accurate you're going to be. Okay, get that right on there. Then I'm going to go to the next image. I'm going to turn the eye back on. I'm going to pull the opacity down. And this one I moved a little bit more. Okay, I didn't stabilize my camera. Hopefully you guys did, and then you don't have to worry about this step. And I'm going to go to the next layer. I'm going to turn the eye on. I'm going to reduce the opacity, and then I'm going to move it so that things that are not supposed to be moving are in the right spot. Okay, so once you do that, you should have everything lined up. Now, look what happened. It automatically made her look a little bit ghosty. Now, this normal blend mode can work, but I found that something that looks a little bit better is if you put it on lighten or lighter color. Sometimes screen works. You can kind of play around with these. For the most part, lighten and lighter color work the best. Okay, then go to the layer below it. Try switching over to lighter color. Next layer. Okay, once you do that, check it. from a distance. You may want to play around with some of the layers and their opacity. Maybe you want one of them to stand out a little bit more. You can play around with it. Maybe you want one to not stand out as much. Okay, but when you get it where you want it, up here in the upper right hand corner, there is that arrow. Tap that. It's going to allow you to quick export, save image, and that's going to export it to your camera roll. Now, make it spooky. Okay, so we're going to go to Lightroom. We're going to click the plus from camera roll, grab that new image. Now I'm going to go to, let me move my zoomy thing out of the way. I'm going to first, your image may or may not have this problem, but as you notice, my doorway and stuff, all this stuff is all slanted and it looks wonky. So I'm going to tap on geometry. I'm going to go upright, auto, and boom, it straightens it out for me. Close that tab. Then you're allowed to use presets, and those are over here on the right hand side. Tap on that. You'll notice that there is a black and white section. That's going to give you a little bit more of a spooky vibe. You do not have to use black and white. You may find something that one you can't really see what's going on. It is super creepy. Okay, you can kind of tap around those and see if there's one that you like. If there's not, you can always hit cancel. If you go into color, desaturation is also going to do that same. It's going to reduce the color. It doesn't give you, all those creative effects, but it will reduce the color. Vignette is one of my faves, as you know. Obviously, this is too strong of a vignette, so I need to feather it. And I'm going to change the midpoint a little bit. All right, everybody's photo is going to be a little different. You may or may not do the same things, but just to see what I'm doing and see what those effects are. Okay, one more thing that I would recommend doing for mine, this hopefully is not the case for yours, but this shirt is very distracting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the healing brush over here, the Band-Aid. I'm going to choose an appropriately sized brush, and I'm going to try to cover up this bear. Take it from a different section. Now, because it's very blurry in this area, you may have an easier time trying to fill it than normal. Obviously, I don't want it coming from the... Alright, I've got some dark area up here I'm going to steal from. Stealing it. Okay, when you're done, click done. Alright, zoom back out. Now, under normal circumstances, that would need to be a lot more precise, but since we're dealing with multiple exposures here, the accuracy on your healing brush does not have to be quite as perfect. So, there we go. All right, and once you have that and it looks pretty good, click done, and there you have it. There's your ghost. Export it. Click the arrow up here in the upper right hand corner. Export to camera roll. That is what you are going to turn into your Google Drive. Make sure you properly label it. Get it done this week because Halloween is Saturday. Let me know if you want me to show you how to make it animate.